I don't give no fuck, cause we still on top. Clock that. Clock that.
Y'all, I cannot make this up. They is in Fulton County Court cutting up. Y'all already know the YSL trial is still going on. And attorney Kayla Bumpus is still making noise. You hear me? Apparently, Detective Viverito is on the stand catching all type of blows, shades, whatever you want to call it, from Sharp. And in the midst of things, I guess during a break, she goes out in the hallway and her and Kayla got into it. So you already know Doug is going to eat it up. Y'all listen to what happened today. I cannot make this up.
That doesn't exclude her as a witness. You can let the jury know that.
Okay, because
You can ask her that.
I can ask her about her following the case?
Sure, and we'll see what she says.
Okay.
And if that's so, then it still doesn't exclude her testimony. It just lets the jury know, well, she may know some of this other stuff from listening to some other witness.
Okay, because what I would like to get into, and we may as well bring it up now before the jury is here, is that she got into an altercation out in the hallway with Kayla Bumpus.
Why is that relevant to the guilt or innocence?
I'm about to go there, Your Honor.
Okay.
Just let me finish a second. She got into it because she was watching Kayla Bumpus's YouTube feed about this case, and Kayla Bumpus apparently called her.
Okay, you may get into whether she has been tracking this case.
Mm-hmm.
You may not get into whether she got into a dispute with somebody about their posts.
It gets into her bias against these defendants, Your Honor. It goes directly to it.
What are you proposing to ask?
I'm proposing to ask if she told Kayla Bumpus in the hallway that was the last time she was going to call her a hoe. It goes direct.
I'm sorry, the last time who was going
That Kayla, sorry for the pronouns, that Kayla Bumpus was going to call Investigator Viverito.
We need to get into who it was, or just that somebody.
I think we need to get into who it was.
Why?
Because she's married to Mr. Jackson.
Well, was she at the time? Is this for real, y'all?
Yeah. Well,
none of this is relevant. Whatever is happening between Ms. Bumpus, Mr. Jackson, has nothing to do with the guilt or innocence.
Unfortunately, the bias of a witness. Well, fortunately, or I strike that. It is not fortunate or unfortunate, except for the fact that it is dragging this case on even longer. But a witness's bias towards a party may always be shown.
if she is in a dispute,
Don't talk at the same time.
Kayla Bumpus is not a party to this incident. Kayla.
Yes, but if she's married to one of the parties, then that might qualify.
If I just maybe heard, I don't know, I'm not the proponent of this evidence. I'm hearing Mr. Weinstein out, but my silence should not be viewed as acquiescence that I believe this should be admitted. I need to hear what Mr. Weinstein's saying because I may have an objection myself.
What I'm saying is that if there is a relationship between Miss Bumpus and the defendant, then Investigator Viverito's bias against that.
Being called a bad name?
No, if she is in an threat, because
How is that a threat?
that's the last time you're going to call me a hoe. I mean, I've had clients arrested for less.
You may ask.
Thank you, Your Honor.
No, I'm not finished with my sentence. You may ask if she is following the case and has been following the case in any kind of manner. But it's really only relevant if she listened to the testimony of a witness. So you could ask that. But if she's just looking at, and I don't even know if she was looking at, maybe somebody told her. So why don't we get her in here and find all of that out outside the presence of the jury before we go into something that ends up being a bunch of nothing?
Well, that's why I wanted to bring it up when the jury wasn't here, Your Honor.
So can we also bring up before we go into the side searches, the fact that Ms. Bumpus represented Mr. Copeland, we thought to open up.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think saying who this is before we find out anything, I mean, do we know whether, we don't even know whether she's actually that, or if it was because of any kind of bias against Mr. Stillwell, or just that she doesn't like being called that name.
Well, and no one would, Your Honor, obviously. But if she is in an altercation with someone in a
What do you
relationship,
mean by altercation?
a verbal altercation,
Okay. I mean,
you know,
a
if there's-
verbal, that's
if
the
there- I
last
don't-
time you're going to call me that?
excuse me, I'm sorry.
That's the last time you're going to call me that? That's not exactly an altercation. Is that,
Okay.
is that all you've got?
That's all I have.
Okay, that's it.
The state says that that's a threat,
I
though,
think
for their
this
evidence.
is 403 material.
There we go. One for the state, finally.
Hoisted on my own
Griffith.
petard, Your Honor.
Correct. All right, let's get the witness back in and the jury back in.
Now y'all already know we was speculating and trying to guess and see if Kayla was married to Shannon. Well, I guess they put it on the floor today. Oh my goodness. But you heard the judge say we don't know if she married or not. Y'all, my honest opinion, yes, they are married. Let me know if y'all think they're married in the comments. But it's just getting crazier and crazier. And I do got another video with Kayla and the ex-girlfriend. They were having heavy beef. They can act like they not, but they are. We're going to break it down. We're going to get into it. But make sure y'all drop me a comment on this and let me know if Doug was wrong for doing that. Or was he fighting for his client? Let me know what y'all think in the comments. That is all I have on this. Make sure y'all subscribe. And I will catch y'all in the next one. Bye, y'all.
Cause we still on top. Clock that. Clock that.